This is News 8 at 5:30 in HD.
Good evening, I'm Janelle Stelson.
And I'm Brian Roche. You could pay more in taxes. That's the new claim in the race for governor.
A Republican incumbent Tom Corbett launches that attack in a new commercial. A government reporter Pete Montine checks the facts in tonight's new Ad Watch.
We do have more tonight on the deadly airbag problem affecting millions of drivers and their vehicles. The nation's top auto safety official is apologizing for wrong information on the number of vehicles with airbags that can shoot out those metal fragments. David Friedman, Deputy Administrator for the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, issued the apology because millions more vehicles than previously announced are involved here. And the agency also left some vehicle brands off the list initially and included some that shouldn't have been on the list to begin with. Toyota, Honda, Mazda, BMW, Nissan, GM, Ford, Mitsubishi, Subaru, and Chrysler are all involved. Also, prosecutors are investigating whether the Japanese company that made the airbags misled safety regulators about the number of defective airbags that it sold. The airbags have been linked to at least 4 deaths. You can check to see if your vehicle is affected by logging on to safercar.gov/VIN lookup. You will then need to enter your vehicle identification number, which can be found on the dashboard in front of the steering wheel. But be ready for delays when you do this. The website was down for quite a while yesterday, and it's been jammed up with people looking to see if their cars are on the list. A jump in oil prices could reach gas pumps soon. Oil jumped more than $1.50 a barrel today, partially because of a report that Saudi Arabia is reported to be cutting production. For now, gas prices continue to fall. We charted the fall according to AAA prices. Last year, the average price was $3.33 a gallon. Now the national average is $3.07. Prices are a little bit higher in the Susquehanna Valley, $3.13 at this Sunoco station in Lancaster County. We asked drivers if the lower prices mean they're filling up more often.
Good evening, I'm Janelle Stelson.
And I'm Brian Roche. Today, safety regulators expanded the number of vehicles affected by this airbag recall, which now numbers nearly 8 million cars and may rise to a total of 20 million vehicles. Today, News 8 checked with dealers locally to see if people are having their vehicles repaired, if they're taking in the recalled vehicles. News 8's coverage of the airbag recall continues with York County reporter Ed Weinstock. He is live tonight along Route 30. Ed. Pete, money news now. For a third year in a row, Social Security recipients will see their annual cost of living increase go up by less than 2%. The 1.7% increase also applies to disabled veterans and federal retirees. A down day for Wall Street today as a nearly $2 a barrel drop in the price of oil dragged energy companies down. At the close, the Dow had lost 153.5 points, closing at 16,461. The Nasdaq was down 36.5, and the S&P 500 was down 14.
Well,
Welcome back. News 8 on your side tonight with 2 scams that just won't quit. The IRS threat scam is first. We've warned you about this many times, but just in the past 24 hours, I've heard from several viewers learning about it themselves for the first time. This call is designed to scare you into responding and sending money. It threatens you with legal action and even arrest. The red flags, once again, to look out for. Simple. The IRS, the federal government, or local law enforcement simply do not call you and demand immediate action or payment over the phone. You'll either receive something in the mail, certified letter, or the police will appear right in front of you. One other note, if you do get this phone call, do not return the call. If you do, you're likely to receive even more calls from these scammers. The grandparent scam, that continues as well, this time costing a Lancaster County man $4,000. East Lampeter Township Police tell News 8 the victim received a telephone call here from a man claiming to be a police chief in Canada. The caller said the victim's grandson was in custody and needed money for bail. Put it on a green dot money card. Well, the victim does actually have a grandson living in Canada in this particular case. So he put money on the prepaid card and then gave the caller the card information, the registration number on the back. Only afterward did the victim contact his family and learn that this was a scam. The big red flag to watch out for here, real law enforcement, police, prosecutors, prisons, they do not ask you to send money through prepaid cards like this. And one more for you. The Federal Trade Commission has dropped a heavy hammer to the tune of $10 million on a group of companies that were allegedly a triple threat to consumers like us. According to the FTC, this particular group sent consumers unwanted text messages, first of all, then violated the do not call list, and to top it off, they crammed charges onto phone bills. These were the people behind those annoying text messages that many of us received earlier this year, telling us that we had received free gift cards to places like Target, Walmart, or Best Buy. Once people replied to them, they were caught in the trap.
At this time, we run down information you may need right now.
Tonight, millions more car owners are being warned your airbags may be deadly. The recall of made in Japan airbags grew to nearly 8 million vehicles today. You can also check to see if your vehicle is affected by logging onto the website safercar.gov/VIN number, VIN lookup. You will need to enter your vehicle identification number.
There's a proposal to raise the fire tax in Silver Spring Township, Cumberland County. You can make your voice heard on the issue at 6:30 tonight at the New Kingstown Fire Company on Locust Point Road.
Coming up next on News 8 at 6.
Police now.
Good evening, I'm Janelle Stelson.
And I'm Brian Roche. 100 structurally deficient bridges in the Susquehanna Valley are on the fast track to getting replaced. And the state says it'll happen sooner than expected.
News 8's Cumberland County reporter Matt Barcaro has tonight's top story.
The recalls involve the passenger side airbags and include vehicles from 10 different automakers. You can find the list of affected vehicles, and models on the NHTSA, the NHTSA website.
A fantastic Friday on Wall Street. The market is closing out its best week in nearly 2 years as earnings gains from Microsoft and others put investors in a buying mood. The Dow up 127.5 points to 16,805. The Nasdaq gained 31 and the S&P 500 was up 14.
Consumer headlines now, and a story that the 8 on Your Side team is following for you. Expect a lot of mail from credit card companies in the coming weeks. Some banks are rushing to get computer chip credit cards out to customers. This chip technology that we've been telling you about is supposed to make it harder for scammers to get a hold of your credit card information, your personal information on the card. Chase and Bank of America were the first to make the change, and now other banks are following suit. Every year, banks lose more than $11 billion to credit and debit card fraud. UPS is expecting a big surge in shipping this holiday season. The company says it will hire up to 95,000 seasonal workers to handle the expected 11% increase in shipments. That's far more than last year when UPS had to hire additional workers late in the season to try to keep up with a last-minute shipping rush. Some of those items simply didn't make it on time.
And Bon-Ton is the latest major retailer to announce it is going to open on Thanksgiving.
News 8's Jack Hubley gets a lot of wild photos from viewers. One that really got his attention is a pretty rare sight.
Check it out in tonight's Wild Moment.
News 8 at 6 in HD.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Roche.
And I'm Kim Lemon. The bullet was found inside a Manheim Township High School classroom this morning.
News 8's Susan Shapiro is live in Manheim Township with more. Susan? A New York doctor is listed as stable in a special isolation unit after testing positive for the Ebola virus. At the same time, Texas nurse Nina Pham was released from the hospital today and later met with President Obama. Washington reporter Sally Kidd is live with the latest.
Into next week.
And a lot of flying leaves still.
All right.
As long as they fly off my lawn, somebody else's.
Exactly. That could work in your favor. All right, Julie Gargano.
So tonight in baseball, the World Series resumes out in San Francisco.
Big night in sports. All right. Well, that does it for News 8 at 6. NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams comes your way next.
And of course, we'll see you again for News 8 at 10 and 11, then at 11:30. It's Football Friday. Enjoy your evening. So long.
Good night.